Hi, Jillian. Thanks for joining me. I'm here with fabulous personal trainer and certified nutritionist, Jillian Michaels. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for
I
having
wanted to
me.
ask you, I wanted to ask you a couple things about you've been successful in everything you've done, and what is the mind?
Oh, no.
You have.
Oh, no.
have.
Oh, no, my friend. There have been many failures along the way. Many. But, you pick yourself up, you learn the lessons, you reapproach a new opportunity or even the same opportunity more intelligently. And then over time, you end up winning at more, hopefully, than you've lost at. But trust me, I've had my fair share of failures.
But what is the mindset that separates like a world-class person, a trainer, successful person from somebody who's just like an average trainer and doesn't the mind?
There's so many different factors to this, but I believe that um, at outset, you do have to feel worthy and capable. So many women feel like, who do they think they are? How dare they think that they're special or deserving or capable of achieving greatness or tremendous success? And the reality is that it isn't about, because you think you're great, you think somebody else is less great, or you think you're deserving, you think somebody else is less deserving. But culturally, right, we as women have been told, like, behave, don't be difficult, don't talk back, don't be a bitch, don't be this or that, don't be arrogant, don't be conceited, which was a big word when I was growing up, was conceited. Millennials don't have that as much. Like they're like, look at me on social, which is great. But Gen Xers and boomers, it was like, hey, don't think you're special. And the reality is you gotta really be brave and call bullshit on that. And realize that anybody who's threatened by your success is a person that you don't want in your life. And conversely, when you are successful, you'll attract the people that are inspired by you, that appreciate you. And that is the company you should be keeping. So the first part is learning how to feel worthy, feel deserving, and build your belief in yourself, which is a bit of a longer conversation, but that is the mindset, is knowing that you deserve it and that you can do it. And then, of course, it's all about just getting the right information and applying that information over time.
Yeah. And were you good at business as a kid, like naturally? Were you like, I can, no, it's just a learned skill? No?
It is absolutely a learned skill. And that's more to my point, right?
Yeah.
So when I realized that fitness was what I wanted to do with my life, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I was like, oh, I really love helping people. This is a lot of fun. Love to make money doing this, and changed my life. Would love to change other people's lives using this tool. Then I was like, all right, well, wait a second. How am I going to pay the bills when I'm 40 years old? I can't be living hand to mouth, hour to hour. So at that point, I was like, all right, I want to build an actual business. I want to build a brand. At the time, I thought it was going to be a fitness facility, right? Like a Crunch, for example, or a Curves. That was really big 20 years ago when I was falling into training. So, that's what I had envisioned for myself. Now, I had the desire and I had, the belief in my ability to achieve it. And I had the self-worth to tolerate the failures and see them as, a badge of courage and an opportunity for learning and growth, as opposed to validation of my weakness or incompetence. But I wasn't a savvy business person. Those are things I learned over time, and in large part from failing, which brings us right back to the beginning of the conversation, right? Oh, damn, a lot of things just went wrong here. What happened, right? What can I learn from this? And how can I then reapproach so that when the right person, place, job, opportunity, thing, etc., is ready for me right around the corner in life to be ready, I can reapproach more intelligently.
Right. Okay. That's really good. And then what would you say really fast for women with low thyroid, like more iodine or something?
Oh, no. Here is going to be my answer to this. This
Okay.
is a conversation for a board certified endocrinologist.
Okay. Right.
This is not a game. You don't play with this. You don't self-treat. Absolutely not. You have no idea what's even going on. You don't know if you've got low T3. You don't know if you've got low T4. You don't know if you're having a conversion problem. You don't know if like your pituitary isn't releasing the necessary stuff for your thyroid. There's a reason people go to medical school for this stuff.
Right. Right.
Never, ever, ever see. I don't even care if the person has an MD after their name. You don't see a psychiatrist when you have a knee problem. You don't see a knee problem, knee doctor if you have depression. You go see a doctor who subspecializes and is an expert in that field of medicine, and you never, ever self-treat. Never. Don't ever do that. Never. Don't. That is my lesson for you today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. One question about my business. I wrote about 8 children's books, and my ultimate goal, and my ultimate goal is to have them made into movies, and I want to be like a J.K. Rowling path, like who did Harry Potter and stuff.
Yep. Oh, so, I know.
Would you recommend that I get a partner that's good in business to do like the marketing, sales? I was thinking like JT because he knows so many people.
Well, you've written the books?
Yeah, I wrote the books and I illustrated them myself.
Do they have a publisher?
They're already published.
Who's the publisher?
Oh, the publisher, they're self-published. So
they're self-published. Mm-hmm. Okay. What you really want to do if at all possible, would be to get, see if you could sell them to a publishing house. So for example, like Dr. Phil had self-published and then sold the rights to a publishing house. Now it's not that easy because you got to incentivize them to do so. But then you got to take the time, if you have to do it on your own, to find a way to market and build that brand, which is a much longer conversation. So, and then I would say you need to get feedback from people in the space of like, all right, who's the main character? Is the main character likable? Do you need to tweak the actual content? Are the characters good? Like, is there any, you write a script, it has 5 drafts, right? Like, is this the best foot forward? But they're published, so okay, fine. Can someone submit it to a film agent? Can somebody submit it to a Nickelodeon? Like, is there a literary agent you might be able to hire that you could get to submit the product, to these organizations? If not, then you got to do like a Jay-Z model or a Macklemore model where you've self-published, but you have to market this. And it's, is it mommy groups? Is it going to mommy brands? Is it doing giveaways? Is it co-brands, partnerships on social? I mean, there's a lot sort of there. The easier path, obviously, is you get a publisher, they market it, and then if it's successful, you can sell the rights to an agent. But I would definitely show it to an agent and see, what they think, if they would submit it to a network for kids, and see if there's, get some feedback on it.
That's a good idea. That's what J.K. Rowling did. She had her literary agent, do all the work.
That's exactly how it should work.
So I stay in my
But it doesn't mean it doesn't have to. You can get around it. But, you might, you'll create something and then it might have many different drafts, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this, but I don't like that. I like that, and some of it'll resonate, some of it won't. Oh, they're not looking for this right now. They're looking for that. Can you tweak it as follows? Like, so, I would definitely look for a literary agent that specializes in kid books.
Okay. That's great. Thank you for your expertise.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. That's a much bigger, it's kind of like saying, how do I build the Empire State Building? Like, it's a bigger conversation, but first thing, you need an architect.
Right. And all my books have animals. That's why I like your animals. They tell the story.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Anyways, thank you for your time, and you're fabulous.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and being positive and helpful. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.